All praise, man. I hope that you all are blessed and having a blessed day. I wanted to talk about, well, actually, you know what? Let's talk about the journey, man. This is part like 4 or 5, I think. So, this is a part of my journey that was very, very, I don't even know the words for it. It's like, there's a lot going on. This is happening when I start back skateboarding. So this is after academic probation, after academic dismissal, and coming back to university. This is after meeting the homie Alex. This is 2023, spring to summer, fall of 2024 or 2023. A lot of things are happening at this stage. God is moving, still moving in my life very, very heavily. Now it's like, I guess the best metaphor that I can give is like when God is first moving in your life, you feel that spirit heavily. But as you become used to the spirit, you know the energy, you're in the energy, it becomes normal. So you don't see it, you don't feel it anymore, but you see it happening, right? There were a couple things that took place. One event, more specifically, was this individual that I ended up bumping into on campus named Reeson. Yeah, my homie Reeson. He's down in Georgia right now. I bumped into him, and we were skating for a couple days. I see this brother in the gym one day. I said, "Hey, bro, you skateboard?" Very redundant question because he's holding a skateboard, and he ends up walking around, talking to me, chopping it up. Like, yeah, man, yeah, I skate. Do. My name is Reeson. Do. So we chop it up. Cool cat, man. Hope bro's doing okay. And one day, after like weeks of chopping it up, we getting food. Brother been in my crib. We chopping it up, playing video games. All that. Well, I think we did play this play with the sticks, man. Play the video games, man. At the PS5. You understand how we get it in? He ends up like, hey, bro, I need a charger. Can I borrow a charger? I'm like, man, I would drive right now, but I'm a little, had a, let's say, a glass of some wine, a couple glasses of some wine, right? And I couldn't drive, so I was like, yeah, man, I'll give you a ride. He was like, no, I'll walk over there. He's like, all right, cool. And then it started pouring rain, and by that time, I had a cup of coffee and things like that because I saw the level of rain that was coming. So I'm like, I'll give you a ride back home, bro. Wasn't drunk or anything. A glass and a half, 2 glasses. It was just like a chilling. I'm a pretty big dude, 6'2". Like at that time, I was like 225. So I'm okay. So I give him a ride back home, and it's like one of those nights where it's very auspicious. It's a lot of, you can feel the spiritual tension. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tapped in, you know the spiritual force, the creator, the most high. You feel when something is about to be crazy, like something happening right now, but I don't know what it is. So I just learned to flow with it. And he leaned over to me, or he turned to me and said, hey, bro, do you know somebody named, said the brother's name. I said, what? How you know that name? He go, man, that's my father. I go, what? I'm like, dude. I say, send your father this name right here. And I sent him the name, and he sent the name. He's like, yeah, I know such and such. We grew up together. We trained together. I was like, so this random individual, my boy Reeson that I met, I won't say his father's name or my grandfather's name, but they end up knowing. Our families have known each other. And this is very crazy because he's, again, visiting from Atlanta to this university that I'm at just for the summer. End up kicking it with bro the whole summer. Cool cat, man. Very cool cat. I had another instance when the individual was stranded, and I won't get into all of the details of that, but long story short, we spent a whole day together. This person went from struggling to having a way back home, and I won't lie, man. I won't lie. I cried, bro, heavily, because I'm watching this brother, my man's. I won't say it. Well, it's Doris' cousin. His name is Doris' cousin's name. So go ahead, and if you can figure that out, then you know the brother's name. But I won't put all his information out there because I don't think it's becoming of the story. But I'm watching God move through this situation in real time. And I was like, dog, he went from panicking. Like when I'm saying panicking, like I'm a brother from Detroit. So as when how we meet is I'm on my porch, I'm getting ready to go to work, and I see this individual approaching, and they look frantic. Now my first thought was go grab the stick. Who is this nigga? You may have to air this nigga out. Like that was my first thought. Then the spirit was like, breathe, nigga. First off, relax and just be cool. Watch. That was literally the thought. Be cool and watch. And I was just like, hey, you good, bro? He's like, man, I don't have a phone to do. Ended up having an extra phone. I had a Samsung S7 that I was going to throw away when I lived in. I got it from a sailor when I was in Japan, Okinawa. I bought it off him and just so happened to still have it. I was cleaning out my stuff 2 weeks prior and something was like, keep it. You gonna need it. I'm like, I don't even use it. I got an S22. Or I got an S22 and I had an S10 with the Aurora, the glass. I don't need Aurora Glow. I don't need this phone. I'm gonna throw it out. No, keep it. Kept it. Brother needed a phone. Boom, had a phone for him. I called in to work. I can't come to work. I got a family. At the time, I was working at this place called Hopcat. I called in like I got a family issue. Can't come in. It was all right, cool, whatever. Because I really didn't call in because I was really going in there. And that's another video I'll make. I was going and working there because of the self-discipline that washing dishes brought me. The appreciation for people who don't have, like, damn, I'm watching these people really come into work and they don't have no other options. But God has blessed me and blessed my family with opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So working at this place taught me to not necessarily feel like I'm better than anybody, but to realize that I'm better than nobody. And that I'm only in this position because God. I'm only blessed because of God. You see what I'm saying? And as I'm with this brother this day, my man's trying to help him get back to where he came from and listening to his story. And we talked, and I had to tell him, like, bro, you in this story, you in this position because of yourself. Let's not do that. But God gonna humble you. Sometimes he humbles you to show you. Sometimes he humbles you to show you the privilege that you had. And that's where I feel like I've been. And I feel like I mean, in many instances, I am sometimes in that same state of mind. So we ended up, brother not knowing no numbers by heart. He remembered his mother's number, ended up calling his mother. His mother set something up. She ended up reaching out to his uncle. And this is all going on in the course of, I ended up seeing this brother I ended up having to be to work at what? I think I ended up having to be to work at like 3 or 4 or something like that. It was a weird shift, but then not getting off till like around 9 or something like that. So it was a 6-hour situation. And from 1 to 8 p.m. this is taking place. It's like, man, if I just had some money, I could. I'm like, well, look, we went not having any numbers. We could get in contact with anybody, to now you can get in contact with your mother, your uncle, and your father. You went from, then it kept rolling. Like it went from you not having a way to do anything to now having the money to get to where you need to go. And this brother was still stressing out. Still stressed. He was like breaking. You know, it was a tough situation, bro. It was tough. It was tough seeing a man humble like this. It was hard seeing it. And I kept it together, bro. But when you see God move in other people's life, like when it's different. Many people want God to just show up in their life. Like, I just want God to bless me. But when he use you to help somebody else, man, Paul tells us that nothing is greater than charity. And above all of these, charity. Man, listen. And not like, oh, you this and this and this and I gotta do it. But charity, like, I want God to use me to help other people. And he does it. When that brother got on that bus, that Greyhound at the end of the night, and shout out to my brother Amir, because I asked him for some money that day. I asked him for like $15 that day, and he sent it immediately, and I never told him what it was for. He sent it. When that brother got on that bus to go home, this is what I was doing. The second I left the building, because you got to think, I'm seeing all of this happen in real time. I'm seeing a man feel like he don't have no options, to realizing that everything you need, not only is it on the way, but it's a call away. And seeing that in real time broke me down. Seeing God move in real time broke me down. It was something, and I hope you don't mind me sharing this, bro, but it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. It was the most beautiful thing. It showed me really that God is truly the one true living God. Because above getting the material things that I asked for in that year, I got those things. Above getting, back in school, which, I do enjoy being in school. Above having money in my bank account, being able to help one of my brothers, man. A man that I had at first had so much. I'm like, man, I don't trust these niggas, God. Niggas be doop. And he was like, you can't think like that. You cannot think like that, because this is your brother, right? Right? With the Yeshua HaMashiach, when the lawyer asked him who his brother is, and he said it's gonna be some men, and the brother before I get off topic, it's gonna be some men who don't look like you, who are your brothers. Who is your brother? Is it the story of the Levite, when the Levite passed by the man, and the pastor passed by the man, and these anointed people pass by this man and don't help him, but then that one Samaritan helps him? That's your brother. But we are all brothers. And he showed me that in that day. The brother was like, Diego was like, man, you don't understand, bro. I done knocked on 6-7 people's houses, bro, and nobody even wanted to look at me, bro. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I told him straight like this, bro. I didn't trust you at first, but then once I started hearing you and seeing the authenticity of what you saying, bro, I had to believe in him. What type of man of God would I be? What type of I'm gonna not say forget that, but what type of human would I be if I was like, I'm gonna judge this person based off what he's telling me? A lot of people do that, man. But that was one of the parts of my journey that summer 2023 really showed me that. Really showed me God's power. His taking what looked like it's destroyed and turning it around. That was 2 instances that I named. The second one being a little bit longer, but 2 instances where my journey really began to show itself. God really began to truly show itself. And like I said, man, when I got in that car, I held it together the whole time. But I cried, bro. Even now, it's still difficult to. Yeah, man. I ain't sugarcoat nothing, man. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all need to cry at some of the stuff that God been doing, because he been doing it. And we just been so wrapped up in our own minutia, or so blinded that we forget that he is the one true living God, and all things come together for good for those who believe God and believe in him and love him. You see what I'm saying? So for me, and I know for that brother, that was one of those moments, man. And like I said, when he got on that Greyhound, the whole ride home, cried. And then it's crazy because he ends up saying, man, I'm gonna quote I got this fortune cookie, man, they got Proverbs on it. I was in the car like, man, you better pay attention. The whole time we together, I'm quoting Proverbs like a wicked woman's bed is like the pit to hell. He's like, man, he been quoting Proverbs the whole day. But anyway, man, God bless all of you all. Peace.